Cheating Death Podcast is a comedy podcast providing objective information about anything and everything under the sun. We are not religious, nor are we political. We are merely litigious and slightly analytical. Your listener discretion is advised. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, we get into the Greystone Asylum Conspiracies. We provide you with an all-new top 5 list of our top 5 favorite NFL football players. We give you an all-new Annihilation Announcement, a joke of the episode, and some new mailbag questions. So you know what to do, dear listener. By now, put your feet up, grab yourself a coffee, and let us tell you how you can cheat death. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tag und eine gute Nacht. Hier ist deine Reisende und deine Ausländer. Deine Cleric of Chaos. Bist du traurig? Nicht du auch, komm mit mir. But definitely not to Morris Plains, New Jersey in 1876, because today, dear listeners, we get into Greystone Park Psychiatric Hospital, Morris Plains, New Jersey, 1876. A man gazes upon the pale, blank, lifeless walls. He hears the screams of another inmate down the hall. Unintelligible, unidentifiable, indistinguishable. How many days has he been here? He does not know. Approximately 2,400 line the walls of a facility not meant to fit more than 1,600. Yet, here he is once more, day after day after day after day, looking, seething, waiting, biding his time. For you see, this man, his only crime was that of trauma, that of devastation, of pure, unadulterated mental and emotional horror, the likes of which most of us will never see in our lifetimes. This man was a victim of attempted suicide and assault when he was a child, yet he, as an adult, is treated as if he is the pariah. 1876 in Morris Plains, New Jersey, Greystone Park Psychiatric Hospital opens to the proverbial public. A facility not meant to house more than 1,600 lost souls ends up housing approximately 2,500 people within 15 years of its opening. One of the most scary aspects of its early days is the reality that not only were there a litany of malpractice, little bitty litigious lawsuits that would come in and around the corner every few months or so, but there were always room for people in whom they really had no room or idea where they could be housed within the walls of the facility. Within the accounts of S.A. sewer slide, death, attempted murder, and murder of some more disagreeable patients, it has been concluded that New Jersey's mental health officials had made plans to replace the facilities with a smaller hospital. However, this has been a process that is filled with more red tape than your standard 1990s Chicago Bulls NBA championship victory parade. And when you take into account the amount of abuse and the amount of pure trust and destroyed souls you are dwelling with, you are looking at each and every single day, it is not difficult to surmise exactly how one can even go further down the lines of insanity when dwelling within Greystone Park Psychiatric Hospital, for you see, it still operates in some capacity to this day with approximately 2,400 people within its walls. The inevitable goal is to get it down to 750 at a much smaller facility, but as we are aware in the North American healthcare system, red tape wins it all the time and in every situation. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. Look beyond the beautiful facades of the buildings and of the lovely grounds in which we cover on the Asylum series, and note that within those walls dwells horror, haunting vision, and an absolutely petrifying situation that many would not have seen coming. For you see, it is not that long ago in the grand scheme of time that people were being locked up for as little as disagreeing over the color of a carpet. Or how dare a woman have an opinion about her husband being a philanderer? No, that will not stand. She's being hysterical, they say. Well, we should be able to put men into these types of facilities simply for drinking too much, or for making a public nuisance of themselves one too many times. Oh, wait, they do. Just not nearly enough for men to understand that they need to shut the hell up every once in a while. Asylums are no longer places of beautiful architecture. They are cold, they are dark, they are absolutely rigid, crammed inside of hospital facilities, psychiatric wings if you're lucky. Do what you can to avoid them. Your mind will thank you. This has been your slightly crazy and absolutely hazy news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this has been your Annihilation Announcement. Today's joke has been brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. A lot of people say that working in an office is hell, but I can definitely confirm that printers are indeed evil. They only work when no one needs them. On this week's episode of The Mailbag, we touch base on our favorite condiment, because our first question hails to us directly from Athens, Georgia, comes to us from Leslie, and she asks, when you have a hot dog, Cheating Death Podcast, do you like ketchup, mayonnaise, or barbecue sauce? Love the show. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you so very much, Leslie. That's a great question. And, when it comes down to it, we really like hot sauce on a good old-fashioned hot dog, especially if it's from 7-Eleven. Our next question comes to us from Craig, in Boston, Massachusetts. And Craig asks, what is your favorite type of soup? That is a beautiful question, and given the nature of that question, I'm going to answer very emphatically with New England clam chowder and, of course, cream of mushroom soup. Our next question comes directly to us from Sergey in St. Petersburg, Russia. Hello, Cheating Death Podcast. Really love the show. Do you like winter or do you prefer summer, and why? Well, thank you so very much for your question, Sergey. Both seasons are absolutely tremendous. And quite bluntly, summer wins a little bit, but nothing can escape the beauty of a good winter landscape. That'll do it for today's mailbag. If you want to ask your question or leave a comment, you can do so under the YouTube video or on any platform that you're listening to, or you can email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. At the top of today's program, we promised you a top 5 list of our favorite NFL football players. So let us put on our helmet and dive right in. Coming in at number 5, we have Shannon Sharp. Coming in at number 4, we have Barry Sanders. Coming in at number 3, we have Jerry Rice. Coming in at number 2, we have John Elway. And coming in at number 2, we have Eli Manning. What is your top 5 favorite? Please email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. End to end, we look at Greystone as an example of being somewhere you absolutely would not wish to be, in the absolute worst conditions, especially if you have any sort of severe to moderate to absolutely inconsolable and uncontrollable post-traumatic stress disorder. These are not easy things to manage, and for whenever you get people who are just not fit to do the job, and a lot of individuals who need help, a lot of things become crossed. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast has been brought to you by Nach dem Leben CRDVC, Cleric of Chaos, and where you can find all podcasts on all platforms. We'd like to thank Hunter Collins and Ransom for their recent support to the Buy Me a Coffee Support Fund, as well as Carol for her recent support to the Injury Support Fund. Thank you so very much to all three of you. If you'd like to support the program, you may do so with the links in the episode's description. If you or anyone you know is experiencing psychiatric duress or domestic violence in an emergency-related situation, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, please consult the telephone numbers in the episode's description as well as in the podcast description as well. If you'd like to follow the program, you may do so at twitter.com/weallcheatdeath and twitter.com/clericofchaos, and like, share, and subscribe our YouTube page at youtube.com/clericofchaos. If you or anyone you know is looking to adopt a playful puppy or cute kitten, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center. And dear listener, don't ever forget how difficult life is. Making it through another day in this era is a very difficult thing to do. Be kind to yourself. And remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.